Curt Warner was raised by his grandparents to be hardworking, respectful, and humble as the youngest child in the only black family living in the coal town of Wyoming, West Virginia. Curt was a standout high school athlete. He didn't seek out the spotlight and had no aspirations beyond high school sports. Colleges expressed interest in the smart athlete. The powerhouse Penn State program and coach Joe Paterno was who Curt ultimately selected, mainly because his family would be able to make the 4-hour road trip to see him play in Beaver Stadium. Freshmen usually ride the bench, yet Curt Warner was the exception. Working hard in training camp and practices, again, the work ethic that was ingrained in him from his youth. In his first game, receiving a kickoff off the return, ran the length of the field and almost scored a touchdown. That got the coach's attention, and Curt moved to first-string running back and finished the game with 3 touchdowns. The Seattle Seahawks grabbed Warner as the 3rd overall pick of the legendary 1983 NFL Draft. Warner led the AFC in rushing yards his rookie season, helping Seattle to its first conference championship. In the first game of the 1984 season, Warner was sidelined by an ACL injury, but not even that could stop him. He recovered and continued to work and propel the Seahawks from a regional expansion team to a championship contender. It seems the only thing that could stop him in his tracks was a perfume model with a lilting accent. Anna had moved from her home in Brazil to be self-sufficient and independent. She handled working a number of jobs in the U.S., first as a babysitter, then a house cleaner, and fortuitously, a friend of a friend recommended her to a person who placed fragrance models in department stores. In the mornings, she would clean houses, and in the afternoon, get dressed up in a designer suit and spritz perfume samples. Anna had no idea who Curt was, but recalls she felt weak in the knees when Curt first approached her at Seattle's Bon Marché. Within months, on Valentine's Day 1990, Curt proposed atop the Seattle Space Needle, dropping an engagement ring and a glass of champagne. In 1990, the Seahawks let Curt's contract go, and the Los Angeles Rams picked it up, but it wasn't to last, and Curt decided to retire. Curt redirected his career to a successful car dealership as they started their family. Their oldest child, Ryan, was stillborn. Anna and Curt's faith helped guide the pair through this devastating heartbreak, but it did not deter them from wanting children. Their son Jonathan was born, followed quickly by twins Austin and Christian, and then later, a joyous adoption of a daughter, Isabella. And the memoir they wrote with Dave Boling is about the Warner boys, specifically how their family has adjusted their plan as their twin sons were diagnosed with one of the world's most elusive neurological disorders, autism. Theirs is a story of struggle, faith, and grace as they navigate their path through autism and planning for the future for their beloved boys who are now adults. Tonight, the Warners are joined by co-author Dave Boling, a former Spokesman-Review sports writer, who is also a novelist of historical fiction titles. Joining them in conversation this evening is Stephanie Vigil, KHQ's award-winning weekday anchor and an adjunct professor at Gonzaga University. Please welcome Anna and Curt Warner to the Northwest Passages stage.